8394.
Last one, go again.
8394. Pretty much this is going to be a county incident if you want to sign something there.
Copy.
Smoke from apartment 133. Fire alarm sounding.
Copy the last
73 copies. 1656. 4504. 4504. We got animal complaints on Wasabi Avenue and South Lawn Drive. Yep.
Well, backseaters, unfortunately, Mighty Mike is not at work today. He had a previous engagement. He'll be back tomorrow. And knowing Mighty Mike, he might even do a live tomorrow on his return.
You never know.
So that would be like, what would we call that? The Titan on Tuesday.
There you go.
Mike the Titan on Tuesday. But instead, for today's Live on Patrol, you have Patrick J. Scott and Bob Fletcher. And we're back with you after an exciting hockey game yesterday. For those of you that got to watch, that was kind of fun. It's a fun day. A county team defeated the city team. Glad to hear that. I mean, we take a little pride in that game. 8-3, was it?
Yeah, we won't say that too often that it was 8-3.
Well,
but,
no, I mean, I wanted to clarify. It was reported to be 8-2, and that wasn't really accurate.
I think I actually mistakenly said that at one point.
8-3. So, but Jelly Joe played great. Suffered a little injury. Kyle Williams was amazing, as always. Little Bob was fantastic at defense out there. He did. Really proud of him. They had a great game. You can go back and watch it, check in, and make a donation to St. Paul Intervention Program that try to intervene in the cycle of domestic assault.
I can't remember the total they raised. It was almost $12,000, wasn't it?
I thought it was like 18.
That's right, 17,000 something.
Yeah.
Almost 18,000.
Well, and I wrote a check there as I was leaving. That wasn't in that total, so I'm not saying that brought it up to 30,000 or anything. But I think we probably made the 18. I was hoping. And I know people were still going online. We left the link on the earlier post to help them out. Greatly appreciated. And but it was a fun day. It was a lot of fun.
So you get to have Bob and I for 4 out of the last 5 days, I think it is. We were here Wednesday, Friday, yesterday, and today.
That's sort of like encouraging people to turn the channel already. It's a beautiful 45 degrees here in St. Paul, Minnesota. We are westbound on University at Chatsworth, right by the old Johnny Babies, and otherwise known as Herges in the old days.
Right by your 3-tire stick deployment.
Well, there you have
during
it.
that snowstorm.
Yeah, we've had a couple good stick deployments. The
3 copy.
363 copy.
It's all good. Snow is starting to melt here, but we're not really getting consistent melting, although most of it's gone here, huh?
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to snow again in 2 days. Did you hear that?
I did. That sounds like a maybe. It doesn't sound for sure.
Okay. And a lot of you, after our last discussion, a lot of you did post the different snowstorms. It was 1983.
41.
Like April 11th or something that we had all that snow in 1983. But 82 was a record snow as well, so.
And my birthday of April 13th, 2018 is on the list for heavy April snowstorms.
Interesting. Did you throw that out there because you want people to send you birthday cards now? Did you hear what he said, folks? It's his birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. You can play it back if you need the right date.
So this won't be like one of our Friday night lives where we go for hours upon hours upon hours. This is going to be more in tune with the weekday lives of Under Sheriff Martin and the CAT unit.
A couple of hours. We'll see if anything happens here. It's 5:01 Central St. Paul time. This last week, there's been a fair amount of gunfire in Frogtown.
Yeah, there is.
So we're going to kind of lurk around here just to, a lot of these shooters actually watch us, but might actually prevent them from shooting at each other because they know we're out here.
2453.
I don't know if you were tied up in the office or not, but the CAT team made an outstanding arrest this afternoon. They saw that there was a pending suspicious person call at the Motel 6 at Old Hudson and White Bear on some guys in a newer Dodge Durango with Florida plates who kept trying to check into a room there and were being denied, and they kept coming back and coming back and coming back. And the CAT unit put some surveillance on them, and as St. Paul cars rolled into the parking lot, both the occupants of the Durango jumped out and took off running. And Sergeant Mike Servatka caught one. I'm not sure who caught the other, but they had a felony level of narcotics. They had a number of gift cards that were potentially fraudulently obtained, and both are sitting in the Ramsey County Jail.
165. Can I get one more squad to my location? I'm at Minnehaha in Victoria with the child. Sending your note 1703.
I smell marijuana.
You can put us on 165 to call
Yeah.
cancel the other car. It's pretty close.
Where in the world did that come
What do
from?
you need?
I don't know.
Yeah, they copy.
Could have been that truck that was crossing the street, but that was some,
1703.
if it was, that was some strong marijuana. So we are on Thomas, headed east.
This used to be Jansen's Market, right?
Yep, it was. You're right.
Yep, there's some deal.
Jansen Market was a great little neighborhood grocery store.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Right here
At
at the corner. This is Griggs, right?
Yep. They are,
There should be a bungalow.
neighborhood grocery stores are kind of becoming a thing of the past, unfortunately.
And when I was a young man renting, I rented that house right there.
That one right in front of you?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
It's a nice house.
Yep, it was. Well, it wasn't nearly as nice when I was in there. Let me tell you that.
165. I'm going to be out at 831
Somebody did some
Minnehaha. I think
really
that's where the
nice
child came
remodeling
from.
on that house, huh?
Copy. 831 Minnehaha 1704.
House
Do me a favor and just pull over here
Yeah.
and see if this Volkswagen goes past us. It's got-
behind us or what?
Yeah, it's got no front plate.
When I was a young football coach at Hamlin University after I graduated, I was coaching football. Dealer plate.
Yep.
But Mr. Jansen was a wonderful man, by the way. Got to know him well living there. Got to know him very well.
165 code 4. This is the child's residence. Copy. Code for it is going to be the child's residence, 1705.
Well, St. Paul car got a 4-year-old child safely home who had been out wandering. Kids that age have an incredible ability to slip out of a home.
They sure do. It's a full-time job raising children. My mother was a dental hygienist when I was born. She worked part-time, but she gave up working for a long time while I was a young escape artist. You know?
Probably pretty wise. Let me sneak under
Yeah.
your arm right here.
And then she went back to work when I got a little older, but like I said, it's tough. They didn't have a ton of daycares back then.
Gotta give us a look.
Yeah, totally. You know, the St. Paul, they were at a complete disadvantage in playing us yesterday. You know that. I mean, I felt a little bad for them. Disadvantage because we each had an hour of practice, but they were practicing on a rink with potholes.
We're going to be out on
Pothole experts.
the overpass of
Notice I kept my
94
hand up.
NSF.
Oh,
Sharky's Deli.
the window's cracked today in case we hear any shots fired, huh?
Indeed.
In that case, we have to turn the heat up to 72. So that the 43-degree temperature outside doesn't get you too cold. We gotta... There. It was cold in that rink yesterday, though.
Yes, it was. I'm glad I followed your advice and brought some gloves.
Put an extra sweatshirt on. Ton of fun though. If you didn't watch the video in between the second and third period, I got to meet all three of the cat team babies: Cat 1, Cat 2, and Cat 3.
That was absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
And they all have t-shirts on in order. Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3.
Yep. Kyle Williams, Thomas Siegelstrom, and Joe Kill all had.
Speaking of marijuana,
Yep. Yeah. I do like driving around in the daylight hours. I mean, obviously, there's far much more activity after dark, but there's something pleasant about daylight. And when the spring hits, boy, that's going to be the best. You know?
yeah.
Trees blooming, Como Lake, Phelan Lake, potholes filled. That'll be fun.
Especially the potholes filled part.
Hey, by the way, I have to ask, because a lot of people were wondering, were you trying to play the song Dancing on the Ceiling when you were broadcasting?
Oh. When you got the view of my face from
No.
inside the bucket?
No, not that. I heard that was upside down for a while. That
It was.
was funny. A little good humor. Is that because you put it back in there or something, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it was when you took it out and put it back in.
Lesson learned.
Kyle Meestead probably caught it, huh?
I think we got a bunch of messages about it.
Yeah. Hey, one thing I was thinking, I forget who it was. I wish I could. I wish I could can't remember the person's name. But backseaters here. I did have a request. I'm gonna see if I can remember who the heck did that for us. I'm gonna pull over for a minute, Pat, if you don't mind.
Of course not.
Because I just want to give credit to. So, one of the backseaters a couple weeks ago posted on one of the pages.
40%.
Posted on one of the pages that people should go to check out Live on Patrol. And
About an hour.
uh,
Like mail.
might have been before I left. I don't know if I can even find it. But you know how when you go on other pages and you can put comments on pages,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can put the Live on Patrol link in the comment. So there's, for those of you that are on other law enforcement pages as members or just as fans on a regular basis, if you can mention in a little comment that, you know, another way to follow law enforcement is to follow Live on Patrol, that would be huge to get people to come and check out our page, right?
Very much so.
And we haven't really.
Especially by posting the link.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You just put in the comments, check out Live on Patrol, have the link in there, because then people can come over and check it out on Facebook right away. So we should probably do that ourselves. Well, Pat, you're on every page in America probably, but a lot of you are on pages around the country. If you're in California, Chicago, New York, you can put a link in the comment section. Just put a link there, and then people get notified and other comments were made, and they go look at the link.
366, Tango, what's your status?
Just a good way to network.
What, call 4?
Definitely.
Street cleaner gave us a good wave over there. Sometimes those public work guys are watching.
As quick as they got on those trees that had
Oh,
fallen
my
on
goodness.
Minnehaha, they must.
That was crazy.
364. 1032 Duluth. Just fire on there, report. Copy.
That dispatcher, that male dispatcher, is such a calm, mellow
Yeah, I love
demeanor.
him. He's one of the very best.
380, you can cancel
He's
364.
been there a while too.
648. Copy, thank you.
And I love how crystal clear the stream is in the daylight hours.
Yeah. Pat, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to get out and bike. You know, the department has a bunch of electric bikes, you know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
For exercise for the employees. I think we'll have to do that. Put a GoPro helmet on you. Yeah, I wonder if they make like a holder for an iPhone that goes on your helmet.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
You think? I was surprised. I was impressed that battery on that phone lasted for that whole time transmitting it. I just wasn't sure.
Oh, we had it plugged in.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there was a little plug in the box there.
Oh, okay. Well,
Kyle was smart enough to
I
bring
guess
along
I'm
a
not
long
surprised.
cord.
I guess I'm not surprised. You told me you thought it would last the whole 2 hours.
Don't think he wanted to take a chance.
Yeah, I don't think you should either. smart man. I had a blast watching my son play. I just got to be honest with you, because
He really is good.
well, the reason I mean there was a lot of good players on that Ramsey County team. So when you're playing with good players, everybody plays better. Because when you pass, people can catch your passes. People move to open ice when they're on offense. I mean, that was probably more fun watching than his other games because of the quality of the play that was going on there.
Right.
And
Oh, that whole team, they were the definition of teamwork.
yeah. Well, and
2437 EOT.
the fire chief played. Butch Inks there, he was playing, and he did a great job as well. The one thing though is that him and Josh Moore had the same number. Did you notice that?
And the same name.
Same Josh Moore. Josh Moore, Kevin Moore's son, police officer extraordinaire, both of them. And well, I won't call Josh extraordinary yet, but Kevin certainly was. Well, you and
Josh is
Kevin
getting
worked
there.
together on the west side.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, when I was your supervisor. But anyhow, Josh is a great cop too, just like his dad, and he's a great hockey player. And I could tell he was getting frustrated. He couldn't quite put the puck in the net.
20 Mounds View Plaza can start 2200 Mounds View Boulevard. Citizens fire with a fire alarm.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that call on Mounds View Boulevard, the president was in town today, and he was up in Fridley. He came through Arden Hills and Mounds View on the way up there, 35W, and then County Road 10 through Mounds View, and a sheriff's department assisted in his security detail, and mostly street and intersection security, before he went over to Fridley, which the town of Fridley is in Hennepin County. So the event itself was not in Ramsey County.
Oh, there's a
I don't know how
dip.
I don't know how the event turned out. Didn't watch any of it. I'm sure we'll see it on the news, but it's always a major undertaking to ensure the safety of the president when he's anywhere. The poor Secret Service, they do that every day. It's got to be an amazing undertaking. Amazing undertaking. I think he was visiting a plant, the Cummins plant, that is trying to produce engines for trucks that produce carbon-free emissions. But that's just based on the news. I don't know. Kind of sounds like a Tony Stark production. Carbon-free emissions. Which, by the way, I still haven't got to see Avatar yet. It's on my television, but I want to see it at the backseater said I should see it on the big screen.
Oh, I would think so.
The one thing, backseaters, you can help me with is whether it's important to see it in 3D. I mean, there's pros and cons to 3D. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. So let us know, Pat, a look, whether or not you recommend seeing it in 3D or just go ahead and see it in 2D. That's my first world dilemma. Do I see Avatar in 2D or 3D?
Oh, the problems we face. Someone says it's very good, but it is really long.
Yeah. Well, it's like the line to get on the ride at Animal Kingdom. It's really long. They should do that. They should hand out
We're
a
at
little
the
screen
elevated signal.
for the 3 hours you're in line there. They should let you watch the movie.
Kellogg at the division.
Now there's an idea, Walt. What's he looking at there? Birds? Yeah, he's bird watcher out here. Here we are, Lake Como.
Speaking of which, did you see where the bald eagle nest
I
at
did.
Bald Eagle Lake
Collapsed.
collapsed, and the chick was unfortunately killed?
Yeah, you had to bring up bad news, didn't you? That's a very sad thing.
Very.
Across the lake there, the Como Lakeside Pavilion, or that Como Lake. There's still ice on the lake, of course, but pretty soon that'll be clear, and there'll be a bunch of hustle and bustle of concerts there at the pavilion. No swimming in this lake, but this guy's clearly a bird watcher. He's out there taking pictures and doing some bird watching. He's got his camera with him. Oh, that's a good man. He picked up garbage right off the path. You see that?
Bless him.
That's the kind of people we appreciate. I mean, it was a $100 bill, but outside of that, it was garbage. Just a reminder, because in the next 3 weeks, you will all be out here in some fashion at a lake or a park somewhere in your hometown. It's very trendy for thieves to try to steal purses, credit cards, checkbooks out of cars that are parked in any park. And it starts as soon as the snow melts. You sit out and just kind of watch and look and lurk.
So, big word of advice: do not stash your purse or any belongings after you park.
Yeah.
Hide them somewhere before you park. Otherwise, they know exactly where you put your purse.
100%. But although I will say this, most women actually carry their purse with them, and even if you get out of the car without your purse, there's a likelihood they're going to break into it, thinking that if you got out without it, it's in there somewhere.
Good point.
Usually what would happen is the thieves would sit on top of the hill here up at Sturken Nursbar and look down and watch for people getting out of their cars that might have valuables in there. I'm gonna let the biker pass. So we are now on the west side of the lake, over by the Como Pavilion. Cute dogs.
Beautiful dogs.
Nothing like a nice concert on a... Well, it looks like the water is kind of open there. It looks like they got a bubbler out there, huh, Pat?
Mhm.
To keep it from freezing. I think they do that for a couple reasons. A lot of times the ducks don't go south, you know, and so they need a place to... You see all the birds out there?
Mhm.
I don't know what those are.
Those are ducks.
No, the white ones out there.
Oh, the white ones? What are they called? Terns? Is that what they're called?
What those are.
Can you let fire know there's no fire? Just the water leak. Maintenance is working on it.
So this is the north parking lot of the Lakeside Pavilion. There's a south one. They used to be connected, and they put those together. They separated them, and they got a bike path and a walk path in between them. Right across the street here, of course, is the Como Golf Course. Not a long course, a short course, but very nice. Got a lot of hills. And the Cozy Pub. We'll have to stop at the Cozy Pub here sometime. Yeah.
Definitely.
Just get out of town a little bit. Como Park is synonymous with spring around here. You know what else I saw on television? You know what else is synonymous with spring?
What's that?
I've been paying a lot of attention to this. What else is synonymous with spring is dieting. Apparently, it's no longer just the first of the year and your resolution. Spring is a chance, according to the diet companies, spring is a chance of renewal and re-energizing and a chance to try something different. They market everything, don't they?
Isn't that the truth? I'll tell you, contrary to most expectations and experiences, I believe I've actually lost a couple pounds since I quit smoking.
Oh, yeah. I can believe that.
Peace out, we're good to go.
So we got all the radios on, folks. This is traditionally when the sun's still up at rush hour here, midweek. It's not traditionally very busy. But we are out at Como at the conservatory. Beautiful structure.
Looks like there's a guy down at the El Burrito Market walking through the parking lot looking for vehicles that people left their keys in.
Good to know. And people do leave their keys in cars, partly because you don't need a key to start a car anymore. Well, you need it in the car, but you don't need to have it with you.
Fire truck. Yeah.
361, we're making contact with the at the door. Copy me.
You get this right there, just pulled up. Copy that.
After the game yesterday and the day before, I did stop by the Minnesota Street Rod Show at the Coliseum.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I get some amazing vehicles out there. And there also this week is the auto show at the convention center all week.
Okay.
I'm definitely getting over there with Little Bob's into cars. Auto show, it's, like I said, I think it runs Saturday through next Saturday. Fun. This is Como Town. That's where you got the rides there.
Go for it.
That's the 447 go first.
Yeah, we go for 17th Street.
You know, you can hear the birds tweeting. Can't you, Pat?
Yep.
263, I'll take that.
Hear the birds tweeting.
Remember a few times we went so late on our live Friday nights that the birds were chirping when we were getting off.
Yes, they were. Why do birds suddenly appear
Every time
380 number, please.
here, just like me, they long to be close to me.
53749.
Yeah, and it's not even 3 in the morning.
Don't give up my day
810 West Street, please.
Speaking of giving up my day job, this is anybody who watched the broadcast of the hockey game yesterday can understand why I went into police work and did not follow my father into broadcasting.
Well, you got a great voice. I mean, the thing is, you don't have to know everything in life, right?
Oh, that's right. I have no regrets.
Oh.
361. We're going for. You guys can clear. We're going to go to the 4th Street address. You guys want
I mean, let's just face it. For us, because of our generation,
4232.
soccer right now, soccer is the most popular game in the world. Okay? Granted, the football, as far as television and television revenue, the Super Bowl is the most popular game. But on a throughout the world, in terms of the sports that are the most popular, soccer is the most popular.
Oh, by far.
And you and I weren't raised in a soccer culture, right?
About 362.
So we have every excuse for not being, but our brains have concluded that it's not as complicated as football, right?
Right.
But in reality, soccer coaches have tried to teach me there's a tremendous amount of strategy in a soccer game.
Outside. Wanting to fight the complainant.
Okay. So
Trying to get in.
until you know the game, you really can't judge how complicated it is, right? So I'm just going to leave it at that and say I'm still trying to learn soccer. And, I just want to say this. In hockey, it's a lot easier to tell when you're offside. Because if you cross the blue line before the puck, you're offside. I still haven't figured out exactly when you're offside in soccer. You cannot be ahead of the ball, but I don't quite understand that concept. So...
Bravo 305 EOT.
Hamlin University. Brings back a ton of memories. You know, that wall there hasn't changed for, I don't know, a long time. Same darn wall. Used to be gray where they painted it.
One of the callers said that the party's left. Another one said that we're going to leave in a white vehicle. That's at 116 at Jessamine. Some of these people possibly.
Better check that one out. 116. Well, that's kind of weird.
Edmund number 1 caller says her 17-year-old son is assaulting her 7-year-old son.
I thought the call was Lloyd's Pharmacy. Shout out to Lloyd's Pharmacy. One of the best pharmacies in town. Original address of the call.
Yeah, I'm not finding it.
It was definitely Jessamine right there, 757 maybe.
That's east.
Yeah, it was east.
Oh, it was east. Okay.
I got scanned on here. But then they said something about 116 Jessamine. It didn't make any sense.
178 son's name is Don Charlie, is a black male.
I think they probably mean 716.
Yes.
There was several people fighting. Okay.
Read me the words, Moses.
It's kind of a weird call. Several people are outside saying they want to fight the complainant refusing to leave. Said they're trying to get into the house.
Well, slow down. This is good stuff. Backseaters like this. Outside, want to fight the guy inside, trying to get in the house. Okay?
They are her... Oh, it's a woman. They are her big sister's friends, a bunch of kids and a couple of adults. They have knives and bats. Said they are now leaving, but they said they're going to be back every day. Now there's people outside fighting.
Oh.
A silver Honda CR-V.
You got 3 on your radio?
I do.
362. All parties on scene if left. The other squads can cancel.
I'm seeing the color. I'll meet you all.
3633, someone you can clear.
So that's over there between Payne and Arcade on Jessamine.
363,
A little south of Maryland. So the cars we're looking for.
A gray Honda CR-V EEM 208.
We got a plate.
And an unknown white vehicle.
EEM 208?
346 Tango.
And it lists on clearance.
And they might have bats and knives.
We'll be en route to 2257 4th Street in Relations.
Whenever a baseball bat is mentioned, I think of that call on Cedar Street of the people fighting with the bat. And when we pulled up, you said, "Who's got the bat?" And you heard the sound of an aluminum bat hitting the street behind a car.
Yeah.
And everybody said, "Nobody."
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody's gone from there.
Mosque here. Al-Ihsan Mosque still celebrating 30 days of Ramadan. The breaking of the fast will be at sundown tonight.
Echo Zulu uniform 024, and did you read me the last 4 names, please? Okay.
That's a person.
Last 42242. Copy, thank you. 364.
There's one of those squads on
Can we try one more call back, please?
White Bear and Raditz. Oh, so there's a possible.
I got to see my granddaughter play hockey this weekend.
Oh, nice. How old is she?
That was 9. That was amazing. Played on an all-star team with a bunch of 10 and 11-year-olds too. So she did great.
I guess hockey is just in the Fletcher DNA.
Pat, I got to tell you, if you live in Minnesota, it's got to be in your DNA. All right? I'm just saying.
Okay, I consider myself chastised.
You don't, because you're a Pennsylvanian, and we never give really Pennsylvanians credit for hockey. You know, Massachusetts, maybe we'd have an argument about Boston hockey, you know, UMass or something. But Pennsylvania, what do you consider your birth town where you grew up?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Well, where I was born. I mean,
Yeah.
we moved here when I was 5.
Well, but see, your whole DNA was built around Pittsburgh. And that's why you started smoking when you were young, too, because you were tied to the coal mining of Pittsburgh.
That must be it.
Yeah. A lot of people using you as their inspiration.
Well, I'll tell you, it's
amazing.
that's good.
It's amazing. I wish I could inspire people to do something besides eat Twinkies. Pound cake, you know, like just eating a lot of Twinkies, but I think I'm ready for some quality pound cake.
My friend
Some
Chrissy
icing.
brought me some applesauce cake and some banana bread. Both amazing.
Yeah. Well, quality carrot cake's another one too, right? With
Oh, yeah.
frosting.
Definitely.
Was there any luck on that callback?
And don't sell yourself short. I think you inspire a lot of people to be kind.
Well, what's that say over there? That graffiti.
FSTLMB''S.
First limbs?
Yes.
I don't know. First lambs? Well, there's no vowels in there. We probably gave that tagger way too much notoriety now.
Yeah.
Forget we said anything. You know, actually, I like working these hours. Pat and I always said when we were working afternoons, people would wave to us. Right?
definitely.
When we're driving in a marked squad, they wave to us compared to midnights.
Well, they wave to us using all five fingers on their hands.
Exactly. I'm gonna roll the window all the way down so we can engage in more conversation. Attorney Tom, what's his name?
There's an approximately 5-year-old child that was running down the street with no supervision. Female, wearing a purple jacket.
Oh, there's another one.
Going for hair. But she was last seen in the back parking lot of the school.
5-year-old.
Playground.
1695 Kennard, running down the street without any supervision. Another one escaped. We can head over that way too on our way to the east side. Did I get the address right? 1695 Kennard?
You should get.
Just north of Lavender there. What's worrisome is that's right by Wakefield Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Get down that hill and you'd never find that 5-year-old.
23 on track on beach, 3795.
Let's get over there and see if we can find.
You know, that was one of the most interesting things I learned in the in-service training on dealing with autism.
Yep.
Clear rate. Was that if there is a missing autistic child, the first place you should look is at nearby bodies of water. Because many autistic children are drawn to water.
Interesting. Good tip. Now this wasn't a missing person report. This was a neighbor calling in, being concerned about a small child walking independently.
Running down the middle of the street towards the park.
Yeah.
Purple jacket, pink pants, pink bow and hair.
Well, at least we should be able to see the child.
Back parking lot of the school trying to climb the fence into the playground.
Oh, the school's actually presentation there. Live in that area over there by presentation, peek out your window, see if you can see that small child. Purple, pink, and pink. You never know, kids now could be much older than they look, though. That's
Well, it makes me think that this child probably is older than they look.
if they can
Because
climb
they
the
said
fence.
they're 4 feet tall.
Yeah. Well, they got a coat on. That's the good news, right?
Very true.
So that call was dispatched to the Maplewood Police Department because it's on the north side of Lavender. Just remember, 1680 is the border there. And this is 1695.
That's true across the entire.
Hold up alarm.
1746.
Subway South. Where the heck would that be?
What was that?
2720. Oh, that was squad number. Subway South, but I don't know. It's a hold up alarm. County Road E.
2720 County Road East. Between Rolling View and Wildwood.
All the way out there by Century. Okay.
Copy, a squad is in the area at 8 Mill and Grand. We have one caller, I think, said that there might be injuries there. Northbound 8 Mill.
8 Mill and Grand.
Accident with possible injuries.
160, you can put me on that. 160, receive. Copy, thank you, copy.
By the way, when I went out to the
2478 transport. 2478.
Street Rod show at the Coliseum, the primary reason I was there is because a group of people have restored that the sheriff's office armed transport.
Andre posted a picture of that on Facebook.
Yes.
Boy, did they do a nice job.
Unbelievable what they did there. And I got the whole history book. Ed Steenberg wrote a history book about it. You know, I think it's 1936. T. Eugene Thompson was transported in that. You remember him?
108, one of our callers.
But,
reporting that she spoke with everyone involved.
Amazing piece of work. I got a bunch of pictures. I am going to post them of what beautiful work they did. I don't know if they received an award or not. They sure should have. I left before the awards ceremony was over. But just amazing work.
868 traffic.
They gave you some information on the car too, Pat. It's in the back, and I think you got your fly swatter, right? Your SWAT swatter? Yellow SWAT fly swatter. It says SWAT on it.
Of course.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But great job. Great job. They're going to be out at Norm's Tire for that show. I think that's in May. We're going to go out there, Norm's Tire. We're going to do a live on patrol and talk about their amazing remodeling job they did. And the other thing we got to do is get over to the History Museum at the St. Paul Police Department, have Ed Steenberg, give us the history. Now, we're not going as fast to this call as we would actually like. Pat and I like to kind of click along at nighttime, but there's just no really good way to navigate rush hour traffic.
And there are already Maplewood squad cars on scene.
Yeah, but
And this was a considerable distance away from where we started.
they may not have found the child yet.
It would be,
We're good treasure hunters.
indeed.
We're good full finders.
The risk outweighs the benefits of driving red lights and sirens to a call like this.
And you can tell most of the
At this
people
time
out
of
here
day.
are driving pretty law-abiding too. You just can't speed around at rush hour. It's tough.
And in all reality, going red lights and sirens, we cut maybe 90 seconds off our arrival time to drive at a safe speed.
Yeah.
It's like when you're driving down the road and there's that guy who's insisting on tailgating you and going around you and passing people on the wrong side of the road, and you end up a couple miles later at the same light at the same time.
That's a very good metaphor.
Thank you.
Very, very good.
108.
Can we get another car, possibly just to divert traffic at St. Clair and Aville? GOA,
I've been trying, I gotta be honest with you, I've been trying to find a channel that will give me news without discussing.
263. You can clear this.
The old Walter Cronkite style.
Yeah, and
The news and nothing but the news.
yeah, instead of this, I mean, I know everything there is to know about the past president and the current president, okay? I just want the rest of the news. But it's really becoming difficult. All right, so
And without editorializing.
no, I'm not picking. I'm just saying it's like, and you know that News Nation is better. That one with Dan Abrams.
Right,
There's a more of a variety. So here is the school presentation of the Virgin Mary. Also the place where Ronnie Ryan Jr.'s funeral took place. She'll always live in our brains. I know exactly who I was sitting next to. I was sitting next to Bev Hall. You just,
My phone number is 140.
you always remember moments like that. I'm listening to On Eagle's Wings.
Gabby, where is your transport location?
Father Charlie, Father Kevin.
From health, from region
Just,
to LEZ.
So, where do you think the child's trying to climb over? That fence there?
Is that a playground there?
Gabby, in case you roll the
You said into the
015.
playground.
Well, the playground's down the hill here, but I don't know.
That's where they said they were trying to climb over.
Copy that. Thank
Into the
you.
playground.
Clear.
Right here.
Mhm.
So we're gonna follow your advice when we check this playground out. Actually, my daughter Kelsey went here for 1 year,
96.
and we're gonna go down by the water.
911 hang up in the area of the 500 block of Riviera Drive.
We're gonna follow your
911
advice.
Only cell phone within 25 years.
By the way, speaking of saving lives, you know Kyle Williams the other day, that guy that passed out.
On Dale?
Yeah, he saved his life.
Did he?
Yeah, he would have froze to death. And well, I mean, the person that gets the credit is the person that called.
Activity rather than public works.
I thought Kyle came across him on his
I thought so
own.
too, but he said somebody else called.
Huh.
Might have been impending. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, they haven't. The notes don't indicate they found each other.
There's a medical that's coming at 798 to Birchwood Drive. Extra one for a 93-year-old female.
So this is Wakefield Park, which is just northwest of Larpenteur and Prosperity.
Well, it appears the call was cleared.
Yeah, that's good. But we don't often get down on Wakefield Park. The path is cleared. We might just give you a little tour. Wakefield Lake. This is where I played my first football games on Wakefield Field there. 5th grade, I think. We started football earlier now. We didn't start till 5th grade back then.
Saw my incident, just meeting my involved parties over at the Venice City Hall to do a child custody exchange.
Used to be a little beach here on the north side of Wakefield Park. It's long gone. By now, it's still a nice waterway.
The complainant called back. The child and parents found each other.
Oh, that's good.
So they are reunited.
Our lights on in case people wonder what the heck we're doing now. Wakefield Fishing Pier. What's that say? We should give a little credit to the people that help. What's that? Sponsored by the Minnesota
Loaded as a suspicious
Dark House and Angling Association.
Highway 10 Arden Hills.
Young Fixers Incorporated.
And Cliff Tim and the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources.
Nothing more fun than taking your child out on a little pier, grabbing a couple worms and a fishing rod.
Catching a few sunnies.
Yeah. Good times. I don't know that we're going to be able to get out on the other end, just so you know. So you might have to get out and direct me as we back up.
We are soon to find out.
Looks like we're going to be fine.
Looks promising.
Looks very promising. So this field here, I think it used to be a Babe Ruth field. I don't know who runs it now, but I didn't play in this league. This was, Upper East Side played here. I played over at Flea Check Fields. What do you think, Pat?
Well, I would stay right.
Okay. Because you don't know how deep that is?
Correct. It might swallow us, and this be the last installment of Live on Patrol.
Straight 3.
I took down the plane.
Well, don't you just feel like you just gotta know?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So Wakefield Park, visit that. It's a great park. Spent a lot of time over here. The Ellert family used to live right along here, and as well as my scoutmaster Forrest Schmid, the first mayor of Maplewood. A lot of these cities used to be called villages. The village of Maplewood.
Really, Maplewood was at one time a village, huh?
Yeah. I don't know how long that was. Cross Lutheran Church. Looks like they got a Palm Sunday, Easter Sunday week activity going on. Easter coming up on Sunday. That's how the Pope recovered from his bronchitis to give Palm Sunday service. Gladstone Elementary. My first 4 years there.
My friends, the Borchards Market up on the left.
What's happening here? Something's getting remodeled there. Huh? Borchards, we'll drive through Borchards Market, give them a little shout out. Very professional meat market here, right?
Yes, it is.
Chicken roaster, Borchards Meat Market. Changed names over time. Rogers Superette, Richard Superette.
You can start towards the AWI from the north end.
Great bakery here, Maplewood Bakery.
Yeah. I gotta see if the little chute for handing out the 24 packs of beer is still here. Oh, not there. Used to be right there in the old liquor store.
Oh yeah.
My dad used to pick up, those cases of Hams there. Hams beer.
371.
37.
Somebody said they make great Romanian sausage at Borchards. I've never had that.
Should try
I
it.
have to give that a try. And yes, they do have fantastic roasted chicken.
161 with Sinclair and email. This one way you want us to block northbound, southbound.
You got 3 on, huh? It's amazingly
do.
quiet.
Very, very quiet.
Southbound on English Street from Frost, folks.
I'm sorry, what was that last transmission?
161's on scene. You want him to block northbound or southbound?
You're hearing a lot of traffic about that accident over on Eight Mill Road in Grand. There must be a serious injury because they're definitely trying to get traffic blocked off over there.
307, investigate. White Bear, Maryland. White Bear.
371, you can put me in 307 till use code 4 on close.
Sorry.
Time to leave about 1 hour. I was pretty excited to get an update. It was within the last 2 hours.
Yeah, a lot of commenters have mentioned yesterday that they appreciated the Canadian flag out there for the game up there on the left because
Yeah.
a lot of Canadians listening to Live on Patrol.
Oh, very cool. Oh, Canada.
Yep. That woman could sing, couldn't she? God
Yes, she
bless
could.
America.
That was a fun turnout.
Did I ever show you that? I showed you the video of the sharks that Bobby was swimming with
You never did.
on our spring break. Oh, I'm going to show it to you. Not right now, but eventually. I'm
I'd
tempted
like
to
to
post
see
it.
that.
I'm tempted to post it.
You should.
Well, I don't know. The kid loves water. He's amazing in water. His whole life.
307, you copy that? I'm code
In
4.
fact, my wife wants to do a video for his graduation of him and all the water activities.
Oh,
Made it a,
that's a cool concept.
So,
Boy, time flies. I can't believe he's graduating this year. Unreal.
well, the hard part for me is, well, I mean, it's hard for any parent. But, you know, in today's world, you can save every picture, video, moment. We have so many videos and pictures of him growing up. It's like we can flash back to that minute just by opening up a phone.
That's cool.
Well, it's cool, but it's like, man, you know, how did that time go by that fast?
Right.
You know, I was a swimming instructor when I was younger for years and years through the Red Cross, lifeguard instructor and WSI. And so I really wanted Bobby to be comfortable in the water. So from a very early stage, I had him in water. And one of the best ways to adjust a child to water is actually to put him in a shower. Not really a heavy shower, but just let the water rain on his face. So he's used to having water on his face. You can't breathe all the time. You got to kind of breathe periodically so you don't just swallow water. But
2363. I can head that way if nobody else is available.
anyhow, he became very accustomed to water, and we took him to Discovery Cove when he was very little. I don't know if you've ever been there, but Discovery Cove, you can swim with all these tropical fish. It's down in Orlando.
Never have.
And I got pictures of him, like, I don't know how old he was, 4, maybe 3 or 4, snorkeling under underwater
Boy,
pictures,
very
snorkeling with the fish.
DOC, the Twin Cities Towing.
It's just a great memory.
4787 Baldino Avenue. That's the day of a person at the lot arguing or refusing to leave. The female has a vehicle there, but she doesn't want to pay for the charges. White female.
Where's the air horn?
This one. Oh, you going by?
Yeah.
Oh, you're late?
Hi, Tony. Hi, Chrissy.
We're working our way there, Serpentine.
Clear, sir. 273. We're 2031.
Hey, what's the name of that restaurant on the first floor there by the hockey rink? You know, that one that's right up.
Pillbox.
Huh?
Pillbox.
Pillbox.
My son Jesse loves that
You
place.
should have came down there. We went down there after the game last night.
Yeah, I should have.
I didn't really know, but the cat team was there, and Nicole Sparks, Ashley Sparks, and I gotta be honest with you, I had never eaten their food. Amazing food,
I've heard that.
and amazing presentation of the food.
But I was there one time, and one thing that really fascinated me on there was I make homemade chuck wagon sandwiches occasionally. They're kind of
Yeah.
expensive to do,
Yeah,
but they have a chuck wagon sandwich on their menu.
I had the black and Cajun chicken sandwich. It was amazing, but everything else that was there looked really good too. And the thing I liked, they had this young kid, maybe 14, 15. He was running the food out right away. Boom, 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 boom.
40-year-old male, conscious.
So you weren't waiting around. Your food was always hot.
Nice.
Yeah, Pillbox, huh? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Well, we're giving you an A for yesterday's food service there at Pillbox. After the game, it was. I will go back. I will say this: I will go back there. And
Well, that's a high recommendation.
I was skeptic, just driving by on Wabasha. All right, well, let's go find a stolen car here, Pat.
If we didn't scare them all in.
I was thinking, you've noticed the growth in laundromats, right?
Oh yeah.
Tumble
Big
Fresh,
time.
laundromat, everywhere,
Big
right?
time.
I mean, there's been a big growth in laundromats, and I wouldn't want to run a laundromat. I'd rather run a restaurant. But there's got to be a way to take the laundry concept and hook it to something else.
Oh, little snack foods while you're doing your laundry.
A restaurant's possible, right?
Yep.
How about a small movie theater?
There's that.
286. We got a Minnesota license plate. Echo.
Can run out every once in a while, swap your load. I mean, here's the thing I know about life. Anything that hasn't been reinvented in the past 20 years can be reinvented.
Oh, definitely.
So you got to think about, is George Foreman the guy that came up with or advertises the microwave bacon? Or has he got something else?
Always had that grill of his.
Grill, yeah. There's a documentary coming out on him,
Oh, is there?
Yeah. It's going to be good. George Foreman.
And there is a fact-based film coming out about the wooing of Michael Jordan.
I think it's
tonight.
Involved in a shots fired at
I saw that, and what's his name? Matt Damon is in it?
Yep.
Matt Damon, yeah.
Thomas coming up to Chatsworth.
Here we got something.
Copy,
going.
westbound Thomas coming up to Chatsworth. All spots 10-1 for 178. The Chevy Tahoe.
Let's see where that goes.
Yep. Signaling to go southbound Chatsworth.
Received, signaling southbound Chatsworth.
Is it stolen?
We'll take a couple more cars.
Not coming back is stolen.
188-633 en route.
Well, we're going to slide over there. Back seaters.
Two flights available. We're going eastbound Edmond.
It's been the only thing
Copy, eastbound on Edmonds. We'll check
going
on
on
flight.
for a while.
Pulling over here. 960 Edmond.
Oh, it's pulling over.
Copy, it's pulling over 960 Edmond,
But will it
holding
stay
there.
pulled over?
Huh?
But will it stay pulled over? Or will he take off as soon as he gets out of his car?
What was the probable cause, you know?
Possibly involved in a shots fired in East.
Oh.
Vehicles occupied 10-3. We'll wait for one more.
Copy, vehicles occupied 10-3.
Show me out on the visit.
One away, Mama.
108, copy.
Delta Mega Kilo 95.
Copy, personal assistant.
170. We're facing eastbound. So squads want to come from Chatsworth.
Facing eastbound squads to approach from Chatsworth.
We'll wait for one more car and then we'll start calling all your.
Who is that 178, you know?
Find out.
Sounds like Zildjian, but he's not working over there, I don't think.
Alex Lemon.
Alright.
Is that Ed's kid?
We'll take two squads here, obviously. If we can get one squad up, possibly at Milton and Edmond, just get to take them up to 6.
Thinking he might take off.
That callers up there in the court parking lot.
Copy, one of the squads en route to head to Milton and Edmond with 6 in case they take off. You got 6. 165, I can get 6. 165, thank you.
Summer.
270.
Me too.
Negative comment.
Wait for summer. Well, if history is any judge, as soon as we get over here, there'll be a shots fired on the east side.
That's reasonable.
Show me clear as a good.
We're calling them out.
I'll be calling them out.
Did you catch her pretty fast, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, they like Doug. Stand by.
Yep, we're back up.
I'm just trying to confirm. Releasing to your current call, a dog or a vehicle that's taken off?
Yeah.
Somebody Doug, call me Doug. Yes.
This guy's on a dog call. You should look it up. He says he rolls up there and says it's taking off.
Is that a county car?
Yeah, and then the comm center says, "Well, is it the car taking off or the dog?" And he says, "I'm on a dog call. It's the dog." You gotta love a little bit of humor in this job.
County Road I and Rice Creek Parkway. The dog is running northbound on Old
Clear
Highway.
there. 2 parties in custody.
Clear the air. 2 parties in
Copy,
custody.
10-1 is clear, 1818.
539, investigate, Minnesota 6. Want to send me another one?
Can I get another squad to Minnesota and 6?
536, we're going.
Copy.
There was a pit bull with no collar running free in the area up there.
Can I get a case number?
Case number is 053783.
Well, as long as everything's code 4, we'll give you guys a little peek at the traffic stop
Copy, thank you.
of the car believed to be involved in a shooting on the east side, just east of Chatsworth on Edmond. You can see the lights down there, maybe.
153.
We forced you to ride all the way with us.
Report MUT.
Oh, I don't think anybody minded the ride.
6 are also blocked.
Copy. 539, checking your status.
539 on code 4.
A few potholes on Edmond here, boy, if you live here. Holy mackerel, those are some deep ones too, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes the foundation of the road isn't too good. Yep.
Clear.
It's gonna hang back here for a few minutes. No rush. You can see that squad car up ahead.
3-3.
Is that Tommy?
Yep.
3-3.
Tommy Reese and
5 GLA with 372.
us?
Yeah, it keeps flashing. That red.
Yeah. Well.
There we go. Now we're back.
Well, we're probably going to back up now. There's no room for us to get through there, but I'm sure they detained the people and potentially arrested them if they match the description of the shooters.
No doubt communicating with the East squads to get more details on the shots fired.
And likely searched the car already, or if they haven't yet, just firming up their probable cause with the other cars to do that. Or got consent to search from the driver or the owner.
3930.
Problem in today's world is even if you find the guns inside there in today's world, if the shooting was too many days earlier, the prosecutor might not charge it. All right? That's what we go
Potentially.
through. That's what we go through every day. But usually they're convicted felons that aren't supposed to have any contact with a gun. And that does help. first started. The older guys that trained us in, they would really stress on how to patrol. Get us on these side streets, get us in the alleys,
Going slow,
driving slow.
keeping your windows open.
It's kind of a little bit of a change, partly because it's busier now than it used to be. But we were always on these side streets or on the alleys looking for suspicious activity. Guy's got a tank top on.
True Minnesotan.
Exactly. Proud to say that there is a lot less crime over here on the east side of the Mississippi River compared to the other side.
Night and day difference.
And,
Traffic 6-1. Just to give you a heads up, we have the female just looking for the male now.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a notation with that.
that wasn't the dog call again, was it?
Not sure.
Every once in a while, life is. I would really like it someday just
Third
to
squad, this is 372-2150 Wilson for people in the stairwell smoking.
really like to try out every Asian restaurant in town.
3-3. Copy.
You know, start with like right here, because a lot of little nook and crannies. Like I've never been there.
I want to get into this Cambodian one at University in Victoria.
Show me that, it's a clear by. Sorry.
Copy.
I might have some gift cards here for this guy. Looks like he could use some. I'm not positive. But let me check.
5185.
Shoot. Oh yeah, I got him. I got him here.
5185.
Here.
5185.
Give him
Area check of 1659
a couple
Southbridge
McDonald's, a
Building
couple
1.
Subways.
277 and 271.
We're open line within 956 meters.
Hi.
I'll back up.
277. 5186.
Can you use a couple gift cards?
Copy, 585 request.
Here's a couple for
567
McDonald's.
Drive,
Do you like
for
McDonald's?
domestic.
And here's a couple for
The
Subway.
caller's child's
You're very
father's
welcome.
brother's
God
girlfriend
bless
who
you.
faced her interface.
Thank you, Backseater Mary, for your
Copy.
help there. Really appreciate it. I think spring is almost here.
Definitely.
I'm hearing enough sounds out. And you know what else I'm smelling? Barbecue.
277
That's always a good
suspect
sign.
Asia,
People got
black
the grills
female,
out.
wearing a blue and white jacket, white shirt, blue jeans, and blue and white
Spring
shorts.
has sprung just a little bit.
Copy.
If you end up going up to University,
Okay, I can.
do me a favor
I
and
was
take
going to
a...
go to Grand, but I'll take you up there. What do you need up there?
Oh, I just want to get the name of this place.
Okay.
Cheng Huan, maybe?
Okay.
277 suspect just took off in a gray Jeep, unknown plate info, possibly going southbound Striker towards Stevens.
call was that?
domestic.
Copy.
Domestic. Left here? Or right?
Right.
Okay.
This may be it right here.
Kaiho?
Yeah, I think they changed their name. Yep, that's the place.
22, clear port 9 touch.
Copy.
You know what we should do? We should invite Tim Gilkison back into town. Go explore some restaurants with him, right?
Joe Blaze.
Joe Blaze. Or Danny Carlson. Those are our two Asian experts to start out with. And Dan was actually married to a Cambodian woman, or was his son Vietnamese? Remember he had a son that became a police officer for a period of time?
Mm-hmm.
Cannot remember. I thought she was Canadian. She could have. Oh, she was probably Thai.
I believe she was.
Thai, yeah. Well, good news is it's all peaceful on a Monday afternoon
Absolutely.
in St. Paul.
And there are but a handful of pending calls.
Looks like the green line, I'm just looking at the schedule there because it's in lights. Every 15 minutes there's an eastbound train.
25. That DOT on 75 right now is going to be ready.
Looks like every 15 minutes.
Sorry.
That guy's in a hurry to get out of there, isn't he? Well, I'm sure most of you who know us, we're live on patrol. My name's Bob Fletcher. I have the honor of serving as the sheriff here in Ramsey County, Minnesota, home of the capital city, St. Paul. 530,000 people, about 1/10 of our state, reside here in St. Paul, Ramsey County. And with me is Pat Scott, Deputy Pat Scott. Both of us worked for St. Paul for many years before going to work at the sheriff's office. And we are live on patrol right here at Tiger Jack's old location.
Yes, indeed.
Tiger Jack's corner, northwest corner, Dale and 94. Still got some signs up there. Not like the old shed, but those were some good old days.
Yes, indeed. Tiger Jack Rosenblum.
Yeah, his son's still out there. Lucky, right?
Yep.
Lucky Rosenblum.
I believe I'm not sure, but I believe he's a paralegal now.
Okay.
Still gives
Consent to-
permit to carry classes.
Yeah. Oh, we'll go straight down. Make the run, grand. Peaceful out here, in a strange way, Pat.
Yes, it is.
Peaceful. Peaceful.
Glad we brought calm to the.
Oh
to the
boy,
city.
we're not going to get into the middle of this debate, but as I get to Summit Avenue, I can only think of one thing. You know what it is?
What's that?
Oh, Pat, you got to Google it. It's the debate over whether there should be a designated bike lane.
Wow.
Don't comment on it.
I've seen so many.
We're staying out of that one.
Yeah.
we're staying out of that one. But you can read Fred Mello's article in the morning paper about it. There's a big meeting. Oh, I don't know the date, April 11th. Someone might tell us. A big meeting. So you can read the pros and cons in the Pioneer Press story, but this section here is some of the oldest Victorian houses in the country. And of course, there's always a debate about trees, whether trees, and then of course the emerging trend of biking and bike paths is being brought to the table in the city council. So the city council is going to decide whether to remodel this street. You saw there was a small little bike path on the side, but they want to make a dedicated, elevated bike path. And of course, that means widening the street a little bit. Anyhow, we're not going to get into too much detail because, of course, I will misrepresent some of the discussion. But I don't mean to. I don't live in this area. It's not my battle. But it clearly is going to be a hot topic. If you can watch, if you live in the neighborhood here, there's a council meeting or hearing on the. That must be why they're waiting to fix the potholes, huh?
Yes.
But from Western all the way out to Snelling, I don't know how many hours, but this is the governor's mansion on our right here, which, by the way, is
on
another
our left.
On our left, yes, sir. Another source of controversy because we won't throw any opinions out there, but governor's mansion, it's a beautiful building, and without dispute, it's needed some remodeling for many years. And so the Department of Administration has now scheduled that. The cost of which, of course, is always a point of controversy, but then the cost of renting a temporary governor's mansion has emerged as a new controversy.
Of course.
So a couple of controversies on Summit Avenue, but a beautiful street, no matter what happens to it. Does anybody put the date on there? It was in Fred Mello's story. I would like to let people know when they can go to the meeting.
April 13th is when the meeting will be, according to Mello's article. My birthday.
April 13th?
Yep.
And where is it at, does it say? If you know where
it's at, please post
might
that.
Might be a city council chambers, I don't know. That is going to be a controversial one. If you think the Justice Ramsey House was controversial, wait until you start talking about what's best for Summit Avenue. Obviously here they have a dedicated, when you get past Lexington, the road is wider, they have a dedicated bike lane here, but it's at grade, not necessarily above grade. Some people want it up by the sidewalk. So we're going to run down here to Grand Avenue at Ide Mill Road and see if the traffic is still blocked, and we find out the seriousness of the accident.
We'll have to be assisted with 510, 536. Can you show me on a citizen?
Summit will run west all the way to the river there by St. Thomas and St. Thomas College, Cretin Road. Land use issues are always
more like a 5th degree assault
a hot topic. Whether it's zoning or redesigning a street. Land use. Neighborhood impact. What the heck is that? Scam likely. Grandin Mill Road. It's possible that accident's cleared up by now, but what do you see down there, Pat? Nothing?
Nothing.
Must have not been a fatal then.
Nope, looks like it's all cleared. That's a good thing. That's optimistic.
Well, you're only going to get a C+ in audiovisual class this week. Could be a short in that wire. Could be loose.
Unfortunately, when it's streaming like this, it doesn't tell you whether it's charging or not.
Yeah. So we'll tell Mike Martin that when he comes back tomorrow that he should really do an extra. Don't you think?
Indeed.
We'll just tell him that you guys said we weren't up to par for the Mondays on Mike show.
But we have given you just about a solid 2 hours. And thank you, everybody who's been with us for this.
You were coming out in the street, young lady. Smells good down here, though. I'll tell you what, a lot of restaurants firing up. Red Rabbit, Punch. You know, have you ever been to Punch Bowl Social?
I have not.
Have you heard of it?
Never even heard of it.
Well, my niece, Christine Taylor, and her husband, Pete Miracle, got married. Now, to be fair, they did it the right way. They snuck off to Hawaii and got married on a beach. All right? Christine and Pete on the beach in Hawaii. And I offered to be the one witness, you know, sneak down there to Hawaii on their behalf.
Oh, how you were gonna actually break down and go to Hawaii to be a part of that?
Yeah, I was gonna sacrifice.
That is selfless.
I was gonna sacrifice this. Well, they should have had somebody there as a witness to sign the marriage license, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Somebody credible with a legal authority.
There you go.
And I thought it should have been me. And I was all set to go, to be honest with you, but my wife turned my alarm off. She said I could not go. I could not go to bother them on their wedding day.
I think, you know, captains of ships in international waters do. All kinds of people have the authority to perform weddings. I think a county sheriff should have that included in their
and I might have. I don't know. I got to do the research on it. It's possible. It's possible that I do. But in either case, they got married in Hawaii, and so Christine and Pete came back, and they had a reception in St. Louis Park at a place called Punch Bowl Social. It's like Punch Bowl Pizza, okay? But it's
punch pizza.
I'm not even sure I know what I'm talking about. But look it up on your phone because it's really a cool place. It's this giant restaurant. I mean, our viewers will know about it. It's this giant restaurant on the west.
Too late, because I'm looking it up.
On the west end at St. Louis Park that has all sorts of atmosphere. But in addition to darts, they have a bowling alley right in there. Small little bowling alley.
Old school arcade games.
Old school arcade games. Bowling alley. They got their own brewery there, I think.
Ginormous burgers.
The food was amazing.
Delicious looking onion rings.
I gotta say, the food was amazing. Oh man. What's it called? Punch Bowl Social?
That's exactly it.
Punch Bowl Social. And so anyhow, two things. Congratulations to Pete and Christine. Miracle. And not the same as Miracle on Ice. Spelled a little different, but Pete's dad and mom, great people, and same for Christine's mom and dad, and I've known them both for many years. And so it was a great event, fun event. But what I'm telling you is, remember, I always want to open a restaurant. That Punch Bowl Social is the right format for a restaurant. And bowling alley, arcade, and hey, you know what? And darts, and most of the games are free. Must be a wild game tonight, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we better get down here. Now that you're a hockey enthusiast, you better get there. It's like the Minnesota Wild playing tonight, probably around 7:30.
Big crowd.
People on their way there. Tom Reed's down here. It's a busy weekend though, busy weekend. But I got to watch my granddaughter Olivia play hockey. I got to watch my son play hockey. I got to go to the car show a couple times. I got to be at the reception. I got to hang out with you Friday night.
There you go. And today. And yesterday.
There we go. Did we do something yesterday too?
The hockey game.
Oh yeah, the hockey game. Yeah. I forgot we broadcasted. So, Burger Mo's down here. Somebody's working the parking lot, trying to control who comes in. Is that one of St. Paul's finest up there?
Absolutely.
He usually works the other corner. Can you ask him directions?
Thank you for your service.
Hey guys, how are you?
There's quite the crowd headed to the game.
Yes, indeed.
Let's go wild.
Somebody playing the drums on some Menards buckets. Are they going to give us a strike for that?
Yeah. They are Menards buckets. I thought you were joking, but yeah, those are Menards buckets.
Save big money at Menards.
Yeah, and the guy across the street usually has a different set of drums. Must have to claim your corner. Is that Corcoran there?
No, that's Polsky.
Polsky, that's what I meant.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, there's a guy playing over here. He plays something different. game here. Tell they got t-shirts on.
Jerseys.
Weather's improving. That guy's playing in the game. Good matching jerseys there. You got the color combo. You know, it's a pretty crime-free city right now.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes, it is. And at downtown events, there's definitely safety in numbers. It's generally pretty crime-free around the sporting events and concert venues.
We want to contribute to that. But in Minneapolis, it's opposite, to be honest with you. At the end of the night, numbers don't seem to help.
Nope.
Seems to increase the options for victims.
Sad truth.
053806.
Look at that. The guy's riding cats on his back.
Thank you.
Oh,
He's got cats on his back.
cats on his back. 2 of them. He's riding on a bicycle with 2 cats on his back.
How kind of him. How feline friendly.
4431 Clear Park. Check.
Well, I gotta admit, I haven't seen that before. I've seen dogs on motorcycles at high speed. Remember that one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Here we are at Rice Park, St. Paul Hotel on our left, a library, and landmark behind us. The entrance to well, there's several entrances to the Xcel Energy Center. What do we got there? United by Hockey? Interesting. Well, I gotta say, everybody looks like they're gonna have a blast.
Should be a fun night had by all.
Gonna have to get to a game here pretty soon. Season's kind of wrapping up pretty soon. To our right is the Mississippi River. To our left, we just passed St. Paul Ramsey County City Hall, and then the Intercontinental Hotel on our left.
Do they still have the rotating restaurant on top?
You know, it's a good question. It's definitely still there. Whether it's rotating or not, I don't know. That was the old Radisson had a rotating restaurant up there.
Maybe a 360-degree view of the city.
See, here's what a dedicated bike lane looks like, elevated. See, see that's bike. That's what people are advocating for up on
traffic.
Summit.
161.
We'll be at Concordia and Marion Street. Out with Foxtrot Romeo Zulu 475.
Copy Concordia and Marion at 1850.
Kaprizov donated a autographed jersey for the silent auction yesterday that Josh Moore got from.
Very cool.
I don't know what it went for, but I was feeling guilty if I was going to bid on it, taking it away from somebody else, but he's got a purple Wild jersey. Very nice, very nice. Well, it's our job in law enforcement to make sure citizens can go enjoy the night like this. I mean, that's how we take the job seriously. Just make sure we can make it a safe place so you don't have to worry about being victimized.
Feel safe and be safe.
I saw St. Paul Police posted a recruiting thing. Did you see that on their page?
They did.
And they started off by saying the most common reason for being a police officer is because they want to help people when they're interviewed. And by the way, so this is Red Savoy's Pizza here, and then the next one is what? The Pillbox?
Yep.
This is where the Pillbox is, down on Wabasha Street, right?
And it gets 2 thumbs up from you.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. And the back, it's a lot nicer in there than it looks like from the street. There's the thing that's deceptive about it. So, and there's some tables that are out in the main lobby of the building there too, so. So 2 thumbs up there for the Pillbox and 2 thumbs up for their neighbor across the street.
Candyland.
Candyland. Candyland. Since 1932. Jeez, well, imagine the 100-year celebration they're going to have in 9 years. Candyland.
Yep.
That'll be special. Hopefully we're seeing some of the fruits of our efforts for the past year and a half to combat crime here with a wide variety of law enforcement efforts here. I feel like we have.
Takes a number of different strategies to accomplish that mission.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
And I think we're doing a pretty good job of it on this side of the river.
Bravo 697. Bravo 697.
Put me
on the DOC 1300 University.
And let me know what the register owner is.
Copy that. Are you code 4? Bravo 697. Are you code 4? 176, copy route.
We have tried our hardest. But we've been on, what's that say? 2 hours?
2 hours and 1 minute.
We have tried our hardest. And if you, please don't complain about us and tell us how much you missed Mike.
Bravo,
we'll tell him ourselves.
We'll let him know that you missed him.
We'll let him know. We'll encourage him to get out.
We tried to live up to his high standards.
Yeah. But
Copy code for a target. 1859.
but very little of outside of that one stop, a car that was involved in a shooting. I don't know. There's just wasn't much.
There's just nothing impending.
So we are going to go enjoy some dinner.
Yes,
we're not
indeed.
going to share it.
I have a steak with my name on it waiting at home to be cooked.
And my son is an awesome cook. He cooked burgers today, but I want to get him to cook that chicken. If I ever open up a restaurant, he's going to be the head cook.
Well, apparently they did confirm that that vehicle was involved in the shots fired. It's being towed with a squad car following it, which indicates it's going to be processed and or have a search warrant executed on it.
So rather than risk a search at the time, they're going to have us get a search warrant, which is interesting because sometimes we do it the other way, but to be safe, tow it, follow it, put it in an impound lot, and then you can get a search warrant for it. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for your friendship. Thanks for watching our crazy antics yesterday at the hockey game. For those of you that did, there's some good shots of some babies of the Cat team. If you watch it for nothing else than to fast forward between the second and third period, you'll see the Cat team babies that were born in the last 6 months. So that was probably the most fun for me, watching my son play with a bunch of other law enforcement officers, Jelly Joe, Kyle Williams. That was great too. And of course, did we win that game?
I think we did. If I recall correctly, it was 9-3, County over City.
I think it was 8, but that was
or
good.
8-3.
Yeah,
8-3.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to call it a night here as we circle our office.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for being with us. Mighty Mike Martin may be on tomorrow. That's not for sure. You should see the Cat team on Wednesday. And Bob and I will be back Friday night.
And we'll close up with a picture of our Ramsey County Jail, Sallyport. Just zoom right in. Well, you'll see it right there. That's where you don't want to be.
You do not want to go through door A.
Door A.
Door A is...
to the jail.
It's like the forest of no return.
Yes. Oh, actually, what the heck? We'll go through door A for them as we leave you. As we leave you here today, we'll go through door A for you.
If you're ever sitting in the back seat of a police car and through the cage you can see that A in front of you, you're not in a good position.
No.
So try not to ever be in that position.
So that's door A. You can see there's no squad cars down here because no one has been brought to jail, just a couple squad. And then after you go through door A, you're going to end up in there.
Intake.
The
The second sign that you're in for not the best time.
Yeah. And sometime we will take you a little tour. You do not get to use the vending machine on the way in.
Nope.
307.
But usually on a busy night, this whole place is full of squad cars bringing
2139 Old Hudson.
bringing people down to jail.
Females that were fighting color.
And tonight, not the case. Proof positive of how quiet it's been. So we're going to sign off, folks. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for being with us.
Good night, folks.